The next section that we'd be visiting would be the finishing section. This is the section where all of your finishing rates would be stored for all of the equipment that you have associated with finishing. Within the list here, we have all of our Franklin machines listed here with Franklin F's in front of them. We give you the option to either use the rates we've provided here for you. You can manipulate them to be your own rates, or even if you'd like to create your own rates from scratch by selecting the new button in the top left hand corner, we give you the option of doing that as well. First thing you'd want to do here is go through this list and find all of the finishing equipment that you do have in your shop and delete everything that you don't have out of this list. If you'd like to take a look at the rates within one of the machines, you can do so by double clicking on a machine, which would open up the finishing details. Select the difficulty adjustment section and double click onto the difficulty factor. This will open up the finishing difficulty factor where you can actually see the rate as well as manipulate it. For example, by putting in a 1 and tabbing off of it, we can see that for one drilling of 1/4 of an inch here has a rate of $6.12. This would also include the setup for the machine as well. We give you options here to set up where you can put in any quantity, any number of holes, as well as a size, as well as if you'd like to adjust the price, you can do so here within the adjustment section by either typing in a quantity to mark the price up, or if you'd like to decrease the price, you can do so by putting in a minus, typing in a quantity, and tabbing off where you can see that it adjusts it. It gives you your normal price here for the actual rate as well as your new adjusted price here. That would be how to take a look at the rates as well as manipulate it to be your own rate. Once you've finished here, you can select the OK button to save the changes done to this machine into your list. The next area we have here for the finishing section would be how to set up a user-defined machine. What I've planned on doing here with you is actually going through a user-defined machine that we already have set up here to show you how it works. When setting up a new user-defined machine, you would click onto the New button here in the top left-hand corner of the adjustment screen. This would open up your finishing details. Within this window, we have a few tabs here. The first tab being the finishing details. Within the finishing details tab, we'd want to enter in our description, our estimate printout description, as well as a detailed printout description. Once we have that information listed here, we can also check into the boxes here what types of estimates we'd like to use this piece of equipment with. In this case, we have all of these sections selected here. We have the number of dies listed here as number of, basically putting the description in the number of, and the quantity is based on per sheet, except for the booklet, which is based on 2-page sheets, being it's a booklet page. Once we've got our information here, we can visit the next tab over, which would be the finishing rates, which would allow us to put pricing in associated with this user-defined machine. In this section, we have a calculation area where we can choose what type of calculation we'd like to use. In the next section below that would be the initial and additional section. The initial section would be the area for the first die or first setting of whatever it is that you're setting your rate up for. In this case, we're not going to have any setup charge. There's no material cost, but there is a production cost for it. So what we'd want to do here is select that it's a fixed charge, select that it is a user-defined rate by selecting it out of these lists. To find out more information about the actual rates, you can visit the option video for more details. Once we have the initial setup here, it'll give us our price on the right-hand side, and then we'd need to set up for each additional setting after the initial. So right here again, there's no material costs, there's no setup costs, but there is a production cost. So we can change this to the fixed rate charge, select this as a user-defined die, and then from here it'll give this machine our rate as well. Once finished with this, you can select the OK button to save to your list down here. To make it active, you want to definitely make sure it has a check inside of the box. And then afterwards, if you need any other further assistance with that, we do have more information about setting up user-defined options within the help menu, in the user guide, and in the adjustment section.